So I bought these off Amazon. They're like 30 bucks, and they are USB charger receptacles, and look how fat they are. Now hopefully these will fit in the standard residential box, because I have to replace one because I really need the USB charger because I lost my brick. So I'm just gonna plug in the cable. It's got two USBs and it's got one USB-C, and they feel really solid actually, and they're UL listed, CUL, but they can't use aluminum wire. Of course, they're made in China like everything else, but they also came with the glossy screwless covers. So I'm gonna try replacing one. Before we do that, we're gonna try to see what's inside. And if you look carefully, they used triangular screws. So I have a triangle screwdriver, but it's too big. So, but I found it looks like the cover comes off. So we're gonna see here. Okay, so I've gotten the cover off, and you can see these are actually tamper resistant. And the way that works is, we've got this like white plastic that covers the hot and the neutral, and it's spring loaded. So when I put my screwdriver in here, I can open it. So this is when you put your appliance plug into the receptacle, it unlocks. So this is supposed to keep kids from sticking things in here, because technically I think the neutral one won't open until the hot one does. So they both have to open at the same time, and that completes the circuit. Okay, so I managed to take out the black cover. Now, one thing I want to note here is that this took me like half an hour to get through, but this is just like glued or epoxied. There's a whole like rubber layer, and I think this is to trap the heat. So also why we got these fins all around. Now the other thing is, notice there's no backstab on here. This is all commercial grade wire connector, which is really good. So there's actually back here there's also a circuit board, and then if we look closer, okay, so now that we've totally massacred it, we can see exactly how this thing works. So remember, I got my neutral and my hot and my ground, and I have my USB ports. So when you look inside, this is my ground for my top, and this is my ground for my bottom, and all my grounds are connected to this whole piece, and then this connects to the ground screw. So all my grounds are connected, and if you look down here, you've got your whole neutral is all connected, and your whole hot is all connected. So back here, your hot wire connects to the screw, and it gives hot power to this side, and then your neutral wire connects to this screw, and it gives neutral to this side. But what's interesting is then our hot and our neutral are fed back into this circuit board back here. And so if we look down here, we see try to zoom in there, we see a little copper transformer. So we got like two windings here. So that looks like it takes our power and converts that from 120 volts. Now I want to say it converts it from 120 down to 5, but it looks like that we've got a second transformer in here. So I think the first transformer steps it down to something, and then the second transformer steps it down to the oh, you know what? Sorry. So we got two things are happening here actually. We got AC power comes in here, and it gets stepped down to the right voltage, and then Then when it gets to here, it gets rectified. So this turns this yellow piece turns the power from AC to DC, and then it sends out DC power back into through the red and black wires into the circuit board. Now these are quite thick wires. These are even almost as thick as what we'd run for the 120 volt power, and then that's what feeds our USB ports and back. And this whole thing is full of epoxy or rubber kind of to protect it. I think this keeps us safe, and it keeps it from getting hot, because there's a ton of circuitry in here. There's a ton of chips. It's almost like this thing is probably full of Chinese spyware, because I can't understand why it needs this much circuitry. Why does a USB charger need this much circuitry, and why do they have to cover it up? Because really all you needed was the wire and the two chips on here. I gotta do a deeper investigation now, so stay tuned.